Dads, what's the weirdest hobby your child insisted was their life's calling? For my 8-year-old son, Ethan, it was professional puddle jumping. Not the kind where kids splash around for fun. No, he was dead serious about turning it into an Olympic sport. It started innocently enough after a rainy day at the park. While other kids avoided the puddles, Ethan developed what he called his signature techniques. He'd analyze depth, splash radius, and even the sound each puddle made. "Dad, did you see that? Perfect 10 on the splashometer," he'd shout, soaked from head to toe. I thought it was just a phase. Then came the training schedule. "I need to practice at least 3 hours every day," he announced one morning. "The regionals are coming up." "Regionals?" I asked, coffee nearly shooting out my nose. "Yeah, I made a bracket and everything." He proudly showed me a crayon-drawn tournament chart featuring made-up competitors like Splash Master Mike and Puddle Queen Zoe. My wife thought it was adorable. "Let him have his fun," she said. "Remember when you wanted to be a professional air guitarist?" "That was different," I muttered. At least I stayed dry. The hobby became all-consuming. Ethan would check weather forecasts obsessively, praying for rain. During a 2-week dry spell, I found him in tears. "How am I supposed to train in these conditions?" he sobbed. That night, I caught him watching YouTube videos of people jumping in puddles. "Research," he explained seriously. Then came the equipment requests. "Dad, I need special puddle jumping boots. The pros all have them." "The pros, huh? And who exactly are these professionals?" "They're very famous in Europe," he replied with absolute conviction. I tried redirecting his energy. "How about soccer? There's a real team at school." He looked at me like I'd suggested he take up tax accounting. "Dad, soccer players avoid puddles. I'm not avoiding my destiny." The turning point came when Mrs. Peterson called from school. Apparently, Ethan had been organizing puddle jumping competitions during recess, complete with scoring cards and entry fees, paid in fruit snacks. "It's quite entrepreneurial," she admitted, "but we can't have children deliberately soaking themselves every day." That evening, I sat Ethan down for a talk. "Buddy, I admire your passion, but maybe puddle jumping isn't a career path." His face fell. "You don't believe in me." That hit hard. I remembered my own childhood dreams and how quickly adults had dismissed them. "Tell you what," I said, "show me why puddle jumping matters to you." The next rainy Saturday, Ethan took me to the park. With complete seriousness, he demonstrated his techniques: the cannonball classic, the silent splasher, and his signature move, the tsunami twist. For an hour, I watched my son perform with absolute joy, completely present in each moment, unconcerned with looking silly. Then he handed me his clipboard. "Your turn, Dad. I'll judge." I hesitated, looking at my clean clothes and remembering all the adult responsibilities waiting at home. "Come on," he urged. "The puddle is perfect." I took a deep breath and jumped. The splash was magnificent. Ethan cheered wildly. 3 jumps later, I was soaked and laughing harder than I had in years. "See, Dad, isn't it the best feeling ever?" And it was. Not the splash itself, but the pure, unfiltered joy of doing something simply because it made you happy. Ethan eventually moved on to other interests. Currently, it's collecting and categorizing rocks by their personality types. The puddle jumping phase lasted 6 months.